Dick Rickles here.
Are swords cool? Yes. Are people who own swords cool? No.
What a champ, though. It's a bridge.
It's a half-built
it's a dock,
bridge.
actually.
The 1940s in Nazi Germany.
Oh my god. This is all military people that were on To Catch a Predator. I definitely wanted to see that. Here we go.
Took a bus, a cab, and here he is.
This man traveled more than 5 hours to visit a girl he's never met
Hanson's
before.
voice is always
He's not in
so
person.
iconic.
He started chatting online with her
So
just last
recognizable.
night. Then he took a bus and a cab to get here. He thinks the girl he's meeting is 13.
I'm so glad you made it. Have a seat. I made some frozen lemonade.
Very cool.
Yeah, you like lemonade?
I do.
He was really talking to a decoy from the online watchdog group Perverted Justice. He's
Perverted
Joseph
Justice.
Roisman, a military man currently enlisted
They're
in the
cool.
Navy.
I consider them
Online, the 21-year-old called
Fun fact, I got that picture of his from an article with this headline: Watch, sex offender accused of impersonating officer weaves through traffic, barks profanities at drivers. Oh, man. Well, he does like referencing himself like that.
calling himself Joseph Roisman 2000, tells the decoy he's completely shaved in his private area, asking in graphic detail what girl wants to give oral sex when a man isn't shaved. The decoy says, "I know I don't," and he responds, "Well, you won't have to worry then."
Guess what? I want to change my suit. Does that sound good to you?
That really sounds good. I don't have a suit though.
That's okay. You don't really need one.
Good deal.
Yeah, jump in. It's really warm. I turned it on a couple hours ago.
Sweet.
As he starts taking off his clothes, he goes
Lord.
in search of the decoy. Instead, he finds me.
Keep your hands on your pockets for me. All right. Okay. Now I want you to go sit down
Keep your hands
over on
on
the
your-
other side of the bar, please. Right next door. Just have a seat. Good. You can put your shirt on. Come on. What was your plan?
I don't know. Talk.
Talk.
Friends.
Be friends.
Yeah. As long as we're friends, that's fine. As long as I don't, cross that line.
But you talked about having sex with her. In
Now,
the chat.
see, as long as we're friends, it's fine, as long as I don't cross that line. What makes it really easy to cross that line is showing up. Like, at her house. Like, if ICP has taught me anything, what's in the bag? Funyuns and condoms. But, like, a lot of these guys, it's just like, it's creepy before they show up, but showing up is just it's so hard to walk back from that. Like showing up definitely shows intent, my dude.
We did discuss oral sex, but
I want to wrestle you so freaking...
Nobody's making you say that, by the way. Nobody's making you admit to any of this. Like, I always love that nobody is ever to Hanson. Are you a cop? I feel like they mostly presume that it's the girl's dad, and that's enough reason to not want to just dip out immediately. But I don't know. I feel like they always give up a lot of information pretty freely on this show.
Bad. Wrestle me. I'd let you in just so I could feel you on top of me. Blanket, I want to see you so bad.
honest mistake.
Honest mistake.
This is my first time doing this.
First time.
First time.
If she would have let you, you would have had sex with the girl.
With her, no.
Do you know that it's illegal to solicit someone who's underage online for sex?
Yes.
But it seems as though that is what you did here. I mean, you could see how someone would draw that conclusion.
Yes.
Okay. Well, there's something you got to know, and that is I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on adults who try to meet teens online for sex.
No, there's nothing else for me to say.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. What?
When you first started talking to him?
Yes.
Did you guys talk about the possibility of her giving him whenever you were talking to her on the internet?
I mentioned oral sex, yes.
Which would lead a reasonable person to believe that that might have been in the back of your mind, thinking about.
Oh yeah, it was definitely in the back of my mind.
So what would had prevented that from happening if there hadn't been someone there to intervene?
Self-control.
He tells the officer several times that he would not have done anything sexual with a 13-year-old, but finally he admits.
Yes, I would have liked to. Yes. Nothing more.
Come on in. I made some sweet tea. It's on the table. I just gotta put this stuff in the washer real quick.
In Georgia,
Okay, which one
I
does
just
this
gotta
say?
put this.
Roland Restacruz, 28. Oh my god. AKA married and looking for fun, 31313. Jesus. First of all, this is a hell of a name. Rolando Restacruz. It sounds like he sounds like a wrestler from Mexico, like a luchador.
This stuff in the washer real quick.
in Georgia, the treat, if you will, was sweet tea, which is popular in the South. Resta Cruz comes in, sees the tea, pours himself a glass, and makes himself right at home.
Iced tea?
Oh, how you doing, sir?
Good. How much have a seat?
Yes, sir.
Well, who are you here to see?
I was going to meet her. That's it.
Meet who?
Your daughter.
My daughter.
Yes.
What makes you think it's my daughter?
I was just...
Because you're in the house that he showed up at? Like,
Resta Cruz makes it clear.
I know this is like not exactly a Broadway production of Oklahoma, but like, could they not hire a girl who could actually sell the line? I have to put this stuff in the washer real quick without making it sound like she's reading the script for the first time. Hey, first of all, that awkwardness probably helps sell it a little bit, you know? Because like they don't want it to sound all sultry and seductive. Then they'll know something's up. She's got to sound awkward. You know? So it's just like, I have to put this stuff in the washer real quick. You know? That's a little bit better than just like, hey, big boy. Because, like, honestly, here's the thing. These guys are probably so emotionally and, like, sexually stunted that they probably couldn't handle, like, that. You know what I mean? It's like they're not going to 15-year-olds. They're not going to like 12, 13, 14-year-olds because they want somebody super experienced who's going to take the reins. No. They want somebody who's just going to like who they want to drive. You know what I mean? Like they want to control this whole situation. So, I mean, like, that's just the route that they go.
Online that he knows what he's doing is wrong. He even tells the decoy not to tell her parents about their meeting because, in his words, it could be.
Which I'm shocked that works ever.
So you ever been with an old guy before? No, I need you to stay in the chair, please. Just please.
That's fair. We're talking about the type of guy who watches Michael Bay movies because they're like awesome, bro. So I guess, yeah, they're not exactly looking for an Oscar monologue from their would-be sex partner. Exactly. Like, you think if these people could handle like grown-ass woman talk, that they'd be going for girls, like little girls and shit? No. They'd be at their bar. They'd be at their local bar getting it like an average person.
Just sit down, please.
Please, sir. I'm divorced. I just divorced. Yes.
You're divorced?
Yes.
And you have children?
Yes.
And how old are your children?
3.
How old?
3.
3.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
Please, why don't you just have a seat in the chair?
Like, you're here.
When I get there, I
you're
know
here
the first
already.
thing that I will want to do is
like,
take
that's the thing. Like, you're here. Okay? Like, before this point, like, there's this weird, like, you didn't do anything yet, so you can, like, go get help or something, you know? It's like, until now, you're not, like, the absolute lowest. But now you're here. You're here. You're already here. Like, the chances of you getting any kind of sympathy at this point are gone. They're gone. When you make Chris fucking Hansen uncomfortable. Yeah, right? Like, you really gotta work for that. But I mean, like, there's no more feeling sorry for you. There's no more, like, there's no more opportunity here for any sway. There's no more chances to seem like, oh, I was just, I'm just afflicted. Like, no, that's come and gone. Right? You're here now. It's kind of like imagining you're gonna rob a bank, and then you like fantasize about it. You like draw little comic books of you robbing the bank. You know, you even get like the tools to rob a bank. You get that stupid glass cutter from Mission Impossible, and you get some ski masks and all that stuff. All that stuff. Like, all that stuff isn't you robbing a bank. But as soon as you go to the bank with all that stuff, even if you don't rob the bank, even if you don't go through with the act of robbing the bank, you're there, dude. You're there already. All the credibility is gone. It's all gone. You know?
Take a shower so we can take the shower together. I will undress you and you will undress me.
I love that he's already like on his knees in this kitchen, and Hansen is just like, let me just put these final nails in the back of this guy's head by reading him the conversations.
I don't know whether you know more. Please. I wasn't going to do this, I swear.
Yeah, whatever.
I was going to tell you that I cannot do it.
Well,
that is literally what they all
here,
say.
Page after page after page. Now, you were in the military.
Yes, sir.
And you've been to Iraq?
Yes, sir.
Well, you joined the military.
Oh, ripped shitty, dude.
You were expected to uphold a certain level of behavior.
Yes, sir. I will do it from now on, sir. I swear.
Yeah, sure.
During my talk with him, Resticruz actually gets down on his knees. And I didn't think about it at the time, but looking at the tape, it was almost as if he was getting into the POW position. And this was a military guy who had served in Iraq. So it made sense that, you know, when in trouble, you revert to this position. And I honestly think that's what he was doing.
I promise you, with my life.
You're talking about taking her virginity. You talk about how sex
dude,
can lead to a nasty
we're already
mess. You know,
way too far down the road for you to be like, please, just let me leave.
It's not their first time.
This is the first time, sir.
Well, that's a fucking leap Spider-Man could make, Chris. Yeah.
It's the first time.
Do you ever watch television?
Yes, sir.
Do you ever watch Dateline NBC?
Yeah, about the cops and everything, I know.
You ever see the Catch a Predator show?
Yes, I'm not a predator, sir.
I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story. Now, if there's anything else you'd like to say...
Sir, please.
Yeah, you thought this was way less worse until this.
No, sir, can I go?
Yes, absolutely.
Please don't put this in TV.
We're still a little late for that,
Don't put
dude.
this in TV, please.
No decisions have been made yet.
Please. I swear I will never do this again.
I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
This isn't a deterrent. This isn't like some international... This isn't some national program funded by the police to, like, send Chris Hansen out there to shame predators. No. They've caught you. This is them getting their content in before you get arrested.
Get on the ground. Please, get on the ground.
Get on the ground.
Get down. Get down, get down. All the way down. Down, down, down.
Don't you cry. Don't you cry. You made this decision. I've made a lot of bad calls in my life, but I didn't cry about it.
The tears keep flowing
That
as
is a
the
lot
police
shorter
arrest
than I
him.
thought this man was gonna be. You know, whatever. Okay. You know, all men are kings and all that shit. But I mean, like, man, this guy's short.
Story may seem less convincing once we show you what the police find in his truck. Gifts he brought for a 14-year-old.
How about Astroglide? Is that some kind of sexual lubricant?
Yes, sir.
You brought that with you? How about panties?
You know what Astroglide is, don't you? You're gonna make the guy say it.
The webcam.
Oh, my Astroglide.
Did you
The
buy the
webcam is sus.
Yes, sir.
Like, it's
Why did you bring
sketchy
it
as
with
fuck.
Because I promised her that I was going to give her one.
It was all there in the chat logs that Perverted Justice provided to law enforcement. Remember, his screen name is Married and Looking for Fun 31313.
Does the screen name...
Yeah, like, how are you gonna try and paint yourself
Red
as somebody that
14?
needs, like, sympathy right now? Like, very few people are presently on your side. Restacruz. Your last name's way easy to remember, dude. I'm sorry. I also love that Chris Hansen really has nothing to do with any of the things happening in these stings aside from him standing around being righteous. And, like, I mean, fuck the predators, but, like, Chris does nothing other than be like, why should I believe that? Like, motherfucker, go be pretentious elsewhere. Let actual cops handle this shit, fuckwad. Like, yeah, I've definitely had that thought in the past, too, where it's like, Chris Hansen isn't necessary to this. Like, you know, I mean, we already have Perverted Justice. Like, and they handle a lot of that. Like, we already have, like, Perverted Justice already sets up stings and everything like that. So it's like, how are you gonna say Hansen is necessary to this at all? How about Astroglide? Is that some kind of sexual lubricant? No, sir. My driver's side door gets stuck closed sometimes, and it's the only thing that does the trick anymore. That's... You know what? I'm not gonna lie. That would at least give me pause. If I was like an officer. That would at least give me reason to stand back for a second and be like, oh, huh. That's new enough that I don't know whether or not to believe it.
Ring a bell with you?
That's Whitney.
That's Whitney. And Whitney, you believe to be a 14-year-old girl, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yesterday,
be more Georgian,
around
dude.
6:56, you told her after some chat, I want you in my chest after we do it all night sleeping together. Is that you? Okay. Then you say, I love you, baby. And then you say, I want to be your loving husband forever. And you're nodding your head yes? Okay. Down a little bit further, Married and Looking for Fun says...
What? You want to be her husband, but you're married and looking for fun. Is that so that you can just keep the name?
I have to hide your real age. You remember typing that?
All right, let's watch one more of these jamokes and then we're out of here.
The webcam.
Is a mechanic for the United States Air Force, calling himself...
I want you in my chest, bro. I think you've been watching that scene from Alien and mistaking it for porn.
Joketer 34, he's been chatting online about having sex with a girl who tells him she's 13.
What do you want me to do?
Whatever you want. But I thought you wanted the real thing. Maybe you're just thinking with my head.
No, I want the real thing. I'm scared to get caught with a minor.
Then don't tell anyone.
Then the military man asks the decoy for a photo of her breasts.
Do you have a picture of your boobies?
That's so fucked. Like, I don't want to get caught with a minor. Don't tell anyone. It's like, you know it's wrong. Get out of here, man.
I could say, please?
I don't have my camera.
Please.
You could bring one.
To do what?
I don't know.
Toto what?
And here he comes. Camera at the ready. Online, he told the decoy that he wouldn't be able to stay for long.
Glad you can make it.
No idle chit-chat for this man. He wastes no time making it clear he wants to get busy.
Come sit down. I made some brownies. You want some?
Oh, no.
Are you sure?
Yeah, can we just come upstairs for a little bit?
Oh, let's just hang out here for a little bit. Why don't you sit down?
Okay. Why do
Just
you get
sit
going here
down.
in a
It'll
little
be
bit?
fine. Yeah. His eyes were bugging out of his head, so I knew
He was either gonna do something really quick or he was just gonna take off.
Well, weren't you gonna bring me lotion or anything?
Oh, no, I don't have any.
Oh.
Damn, this
'Cause I thought you were gonna
decoy
teach me
looks
some
so different from shot to shot. Like here, she really does look like super young, and in the other one, it's like, oh no, yeah, you could be a college student.
That's all.
Yeah, is everything okay?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Yeah, actually, everything is just fine, but I need you to have a seat right there, friend.
Yes, sir.
Put the camera down. Just have a seat, please.
There's a woman that works for Perverted Justice, the people that like set up the conversations and the chat rooms and everything like that. There's a woman that works for them, and she's got like a kind of deep voice, and so they use her to play a boy, and I just kind of always loved that dynamic. That it's just like, hey, Audrey, you mind being the boy again? I don't know why that gets my goat, but it's just like, I don't know. It's almost like she was like waiting for that opportunity. It's like, you know what? I'm tiny. I got a deep voice. I'm ready for this.
Now watch how
I'm
fast
ready to
his
play a
story
15-year-old boy.
changes from a man appearing eager to take photos of our decoy to a mere victim of circumstance.
Sir, my friend told me to come here to bring the camera and...
Your friend told you to come here.
Yes, sir.
And who's
This
your
guy looks
friend?
like Carl Pilkington.
A guy named
If you don't know
Kevin.
who that is, look
Kevin.
him up.
And what's Kevin's last name?
He's an idiot.
I don't know.
How long have you known this friend, Kevin?
We just met on the base.
So you're going to come in, and you have your camera ready, and you say to the girl who you think is 13, or your friend thinks is 13,
I
that
don't
you want to
know
run
exactly.
you want to run upstairs because you only have a little bit of time. Do you see why this does not make sense?
Dude, sweating
Yes, sir.
bullets
I
right now.
perfectly. Why do you think I'm just as stunned as you are?
Oh, you're stunned because you got caught.
Holy shit, he does. He just happens to have hair instead of having a head like a fucking orange. Ha ha ha! You know what I'm talking about. I love you. I love you, you beautiful man. Sometimes I think I'm making really obscure references, and then you understand what I'm saying. But yeah, this guy does look like Carl Pilkington.
That's why you're stunned, because I think you're telling a big fat lie.
Like,
to me right
holy
now.
I'm not
shit,
telling you
this
why,
guy
sir.
is drenched.
Doesn't make sense.
I know.
As the Air Force mechanic sweats profusely, he reveals he's about to be deployed to Iraq.
I leave in about a week and a half.
And so you stopped
Not
by here
anymore.
for a quickie with
Not
your
anymore, you
13-year-old
don't.
before you went over to Iraq?
No, sir. I was a joke.
It turns out the 33-year-old military man is
I'm
married.
actually not that shocked that you know the Ricky Gervais show and all that shit. Although I can actually picture you watching Idiot Abroad like on its own. The Mojave, Jesus, I know, like holy shit.
His wife's picture
Please have
is on the camera.
Do you have kids?
I have a kid, yes.
You have a kid. How old is your kid?
She's 7.
Why would a man
Oh my god, they always have daughters too, which is just the creepier
in the
thing.
military, with a wife and child at home, come hustling nervous into this house with a camera and ask a girl you think is 13 to go upstairs to do what?
I don't know. It's
You don't
funny.
know.
No matter how
I don't know.
implausible the
What
man's
do you mean you don't know? What the fuck do you mean you don't know? You stupid pile of shit. Like, seriously. I don't know. Like, I don't know. There's just, like, it's so... Like, you try to think about it rationally, and you can't. Because it's like, well, because for one thing, you've been raised to know that it's wrong. But it's like these guys, like that's just the thing, is that these guys, like, there's a reason why they all look like fucking toys. Why they all look like goddamn goobers. Like, they come into these houses and they look like they're friggin' cartoons. It's so... And it's just like, how do you even make it this far through life, you know? I'm genuinely shocked more of them don't get, like, the fuck beaten out of them when the police show up. But they are on more cameras than usual. I started with the podcast, and they watched Idiot Abroad. And then also the one where they made him travel with Warwick Davis. Oh, yeah, I remember that one, too. For those of you who want to know what we're talking about, This man looks like a character from another show that's hosted by Ricky Gervais, the Ricky Gervais Show, which is fantastic. I would watch it on here if I had more to say about it, but I don't. You should close out on Carl Pilkington moments. Actually, that would be pretty fun. I kind of want to just like close that here, but I mean, like, man, like, yeah, that's just the thing. I wouldn't have anything to add to the Ricky Gervais show. I would just be showing it, which, I mean, it's like, that's fine, but I mean, and if that's the case, I would rather just send you guys there to watch it on your own. But here we go. We're going to see how Carl finishes up here, and then we're going to wrap it up.
The story is he sticks to it.
Oh, here's something. You seem concerned about seeing those TV shows of people getting caught. Have you watched those shows?
No, sir.
Because you're about to be on one. I'm Chris Hansen with
Oh
Dateline
no!
NBC,
Look at
and
that
we're doing a
face.
story on
Look at him
adults who
realize,
try to
like,
meet
piecing
kids
together what he
online.
said.
Oh, please, sir. I was told as a friend to come over. That was
You're
it.
getting way more
That's
upset
your
when you see
story.
the
That's my
cameras.
story.
And you're sticking to it.
Yes, sir.
Now he'll get a chance to tell his story to the police.
Police department, down on the ground. Down on the ground. Let go of your camera. Easy. Yes, sir. Let go of horse behind your back.
Don't you cry. Don't you cry. You
And
made a big
apparently
boy
the
decision.
Police don't buy his story either. Next man, currently a soldier, doesn't stay long enough to find out he's on national television.
And we're going to finish that one next time. Next time. Like, they've all seen the fucking show, right? That's also my thing. It's like, one day I was watching one of these, and the guy says, man, I knew this was that. I knew this was a sting. And it's like, and you showed up anyway? Like, you showed up anyway? You thought it was a sting? You were so sure that it was a sting that you showed up anyway. Well, that's cool. I can certainly get on board with that. Oh my god.